So bar none, the main and the most interesting feature on our website is the story map. It's an interactive section, and it's going to be populated by users and by producers. We'll seed some of the content, but we've already started collecting information from that site. So if we can just click to the next one. When users click on the story map, this is the first image that comes up. It's a workbench, as if you're in the hangar at Buffalo Air, and the main piece of paper on that, the main image on that site is the story map, and it'll quickly go to the next image. It will dissolve into this is the story map. And what it is we took Google Map, and we're creating a rich interface overlay, and we use the sub-navigation bar at the bottom there. People can, it's a way to manage content. People can, well, this is a map of the Northwest Territories. I want to learn more. What happened? You know, it's historical, it's current day. They can manage the content either by years at the bottom. I know it's hard to see, but it goes the 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way to present day. We're building it so that it can expand and be current. Say they want to know what happened in the Northwest Territories. Who were the early bush pilots? They will pick a year. The map will change, and the pins that you see are locations that both Buffalo Air flies to, and also the locations that our user-generated content come in. They maybe will collect information. We are collecting information already from people who flew the North, pioneer bush pilots, people who used to mine there, anybody who has a connection with the Northwest Territories. And we've been shocked since we started this show how many people we talk to have some connection with the North. And there's always a fascination. My uncle knew somebody that opened up the first trail, and it's crazy. And they all want to tell their story. And we're going to make it very, very easy for them, again, even if they don't know how, to upload their material, whether it's video, photos, writing a story. And if they can't do any of the above, they can call a number and speak it over the telephone, and we'll have someone transcode that and edit it. So we're trying to make it very, very easy for them. In the middle of the screen, there is a rollover, so when someone selects a year or a location they want to see, say they've heard about the town Norman Wells in this series, it's one of the locations Buffalo Air flies to, maybe they want to learn what's there, why do people live in that place? Well, they click on this pin and up will come stories from users and us too. We will seed the site with content because we'll have some of the facts, and we'll also put that up there. So we wanted to make this interactive story map a very engaging, we want users to engage, experiment, and explore the Northwest Territories using this tool. We're basically collecting and creating people's history of the North. You know, we're collecting information that you just will not find in textbooks. And to do that, before the main site even gets launched, we started we launched the site in April. If we can see the next image, the next one. And so this is an example of how user-generated content will come up. If someone posts a story that they've written, it'll come up in text. There'll also be a printable PDF version in case they can't read it online, because we know some of our older users can't read it on screen.
Do they submit the content through your site, or is it
they
through YouTube?
They can submit it through our site, we've created YouTube channels. We've got a site which I'll show next. They can do it that way. And if you see on the left, if the user who wants to see it, they'll say video, photos, audio, whatever the story came in as, whatever mode it came in as, they'll be able to connect with that. If we can see the next screen. So this is the seeding site for our main website. This is called iflewthenorth.com. It's live now. We launched it on April 20th to test if this idea was feasible, and we've already started collecting stories. There's a video clip of Mikey up there, and it explains exactly how to submit a story. And I'm just going to read really, really quickly one of the stories that's come in, because we had no idea what was out there. Would it be entertaining, interesting, boring? We had no idea.
And have you marketed this at all?
Yes, we're starting to. Okay. And we've created YouTube, all the social...
Don't steal my thunder, Rita.
So I'm just going to one of the stories that's come in.
Okay.
So our favorite one so far is about Ian P. And Ian is a pilot currently with Cathay Pacific. This is a true story. Who used to be a bush pilot up north. He talks about how one time he was supposed to drop a honeymoon couple on the shores of a lake near the Arctic Ocean for a fantasy night in nature, and pick them up the next day. You know, he flies all the time. It's no problem. He can do this. returning them to the lodge after their big night. The only thing is, as soon as they landed, the fog rolled in, and he couldn't take off again. So he had to stay there and spend the night in their sleeping bag, actually, because unbeknownst to him, his sleeping bag had been stolen from his plane. So, I mean, they're quirky, they're cute, these are real things that happen, and hopefully some people like E&P who are submitting these stories will have photos or something else to share. So again, we're creating, well, hopefully not too graphic, but we reserve the right to edit the material.
What's the URL again?